Recording in progress.
Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. This is Sean Quillia, One Vision Ministry. So, I want to do some reading and deal with some stuff, we'll do some reading. I want to deal with the three holy children, the three Hebrews in the furnace. So, I'm going to do some reading, and so I'm going to first start over here and pray first, and then I'm gonna get going. So Abba Yah, thank you for your presence in my life. May you be in the life of all those that are listening today, and may this experience be a benefit and edification for those that are seeking out your kingdom. May your will be done on earth as it is in the Shamayim. Yada Yahuwah. So let me get going. All right. I'm gonna deal with basically the three Hebrew boys. Most of us have been taught of them as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. But let's deal with their real names and deal with the real story or the story that's in the biblical narrative. So let me get going. Starting off in Daniel 1, says, in the third year of the reign of Jehoiakim, sovereign of Yehuda, Nebuchadnezzar, sovereign of Babel, came to Jerusalem and besieged it. And Yahuwah gave Jehoiakim, sovereign of Yehuda, into his hands with some of the utensils of the house of Elohim, which he brought to the land of Shinar, to the house of his mighty one, his deity. And he brought the utensils into the treasure house of his mighty one. And the sovereign said to Ashpenaz, the chief of his eunuchs, to bring some of the children of Israel and some of the sovereign's descendants and some of the nobles, young men in whom there was no blemish, but good looking, having insight in all wisdom, having knowledge and understanding, learning, capable to stand in the sovereign's palace, and to teach them the writing and speech of the Kasdim. And the sovereign appointed for them a daily ration of the sovereign's food and of the wine which he drank, and 3 years of training for them, so that at the end thereof they should stand before the sovereign. Now among them were from the sons of Yahuda, Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. And the chief of the eunuchs gave them names. For he called Daniel Belshazzar, and Hananiah Shadrach, and Mishael Meshach, and Azariah Abednego. So just wanted to lay that down, so that's where we get the name Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They had Hebrew names, and they were given names that would fit Babylon. So let's move past that and get to the story that deals with these. So that was Daniel 1. Moving over to Daniel 3. Daniel 3 says, Nebuchadnezzar, the sovereign, made an image of gold, whose height was 60 cubits and its width 6 cubits. He set it up in the plain of Dura, in the province of Babel. And sovereign Nebuchadnezzar sent word to gather together the viceroys, the nobles, and the governors, the counselors, the treasurers, the judges, the magistrates, and all the officials of the provinces to come to the dedication of the image which sovereign Nebuchadnezzar had set up. He set up an idol. Then the viceroys, the nobles, and the governors, the counselors, the treasurers, The judges, the magistrates, and all the officials of the provinces gathered together for the dedication of the image, the idol, that sovereign Nebuchadnezzar had set up. And they stood before the image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up. Then a herald loudly proclaimed, "To you it is commanded, O peoples, nations, and languages, that as soon as you hear the sound of the horn," for us, we love the shofar, but "the flute, the zither, the lyre, the harp, the pipes, and all kinds of instruments, you shall fall down and do obedience to the gold image." So you should worship this gold image that the sovereign Nebuchadnezzar has set up. Just outright open idolatry. Outright and open. And whoever does not fall down and do obvious worship is immediately thrown into the midst of a burning furnace of fire. So as soon as all the people heard the sound of the horn, the flute, the zither, the lyre, the harp, all kinds of instrument, all the people, nations, and languages fell down and did obeisance to the gold image. They worshiped the gold image that sovereign Nebuchadnezzar had set up. Thereupon, at that time, certain Casdim came forward and accused the Yahudim. They spoke and said to sovereign Nebuchadnezzar, "O sovereign, live forever. You, O sovereign, had made a decree that everyone who hears the sound of the horn, the flute, the zither, the lyre, the harp, the pipes, and all of the kinds of instruments shall fall down and do obeisance or worship to the gold image. And whoever does not fall down and do obeisance is thrown into the midst of a burning furnace of fire. There are certain Yahudim whom you have set over the work of the provinces of Babel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego." Remember, these actually are Hebrews, and their Hebrew names. Let me go back. Let me go over here. Let me say that their Hebrew names are actually Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. They were given new names. If I remember right, those names are more feminine that they were given and kind of insulting. But let's keep going. "These men, O sovereign, pay no heed to you. They do not serve your Elohim, and they are not doing obeisance or worship to the gold image which you have set up. They're not falling into idolatry like everybody else." Then Nebuchadnezzar, in rage and wrath, gave orders to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the sovereign. Nebuchadnezzar spoke and said to them, "Is it true, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that you do not serve my Elohim, and you do not do obeisance to the gold image which I have set up?" He upset, he angry, he checking them. "Now, if you are ready, when you hear the sound of the horn, the flute, the zither, the lyre, the harp, and the pipes, and all kinds of instruments, and you fall down and do obeisance to the image which I have made, good. But if you do not do obeisance, if you don't worship, you are immediately thrown into the midst of the burning furnace of fire. And who is the Eli? Who is the deity? Who is the mighty one who does deliver, who saves you from my hands? Who saves you?" Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah answered and said to the sovereign, "O Nebuchadnezzar, we have no need to answer you in this matter. We ain't doing it. No. For if so, our Eli, our Elohim, Yahuwah, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning furnace of fire from your hand, O sovereign. He does deliver. But if not, he's still Yah. He's still our Father. But if not, let it be known to you, O sovereign, that we do not serve your Elohim, nor do we do obeisance to the gold image which you have set up. No, we ain't bowing to your idol. Then Nebuchadnezzar was filled with wrath, and the expression on his face changed toward Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. He responded and gave orders that they heat the furnace 7 times more than it was usual to heat it. And he commanded some of the strongest men of the army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and throw them into the burning furnace of fire. So these men were bound in their coats, their trousers, and their turbans, their head wraps, and their own other garments, and were thrown into the midst of the burning fire. This is Daniel 3, but I'm gonna jump somewhere else. I want to read something from the Apocrypha. In the Apocrypha, there's a book that, now I'm gonna give some details. The Apocrypha, this version of the Apocrypha was in the original King James. The original version of the King James had this in there. It's called the Three Holy Children, 1. It was in the original Bible. Now we're down to 66 books, but there were more books then. It was in the original Bible, or original King James Version, the translation. So this is a translated text, but you remember Abednego, his real name was Azariah. So this is called Azariah's prayer in the furnace. So he was praying. And they walked in the midst of the fire, praising Yahuwah and blessing Yahuwah. So they was praising Elohim and showing favor towards Yahuwah. Then Azariah stood up and prayed on this manner, and opening his mouth in the midst of the fire said, Favored art thou, O Yahuwah, Elohim of our fathers. Thy name is worthy to be praised and glorified forevermore. For thou art righteous in all the things that has done to us, that thou hast done to us. Yea, true all thy works, thy ways are right, and all thy judgments true. In all the things that thou hast brought upon us, and upon the holy city of our fathers, even Jerusalem. Thou hast executed true judgment, for according to truth and judgment didst thou bring all these things upon us because of our sins, transgressions of the law, the Torah. For we have sinned and committed iniquity, departing from thee. In all things we have trespassed and not obeyed thy commandments, the Torah, nor kept them, neither done as thou hast commanded us, that it might go well with us. Wherefore, all that thou hast brought upon us, and everything that thou hast done to us, thou hast done in true judgment. And thou didst deliver us into the hands of lawless enemies, most hateful forsakers of Yahuwah, of Elohim. Come on, yeah. And to an unjust king, and the most wicked in all the world. And now we cannot open our mouths. We are become a shame and a reproach to thy servants, and to them that worship thee. They want us to worship these idols. Yet deliver us, save us, not up wholly for thy name's sake. Not for us, but for thy name's sake. Neither disannul thou thy covenant. Don't break thy covenant with us. Don't annul it. And cause not thy mercy to depart from us for thy beloved Abraham's sake. For Abraham's sake. For thy servant Isaac's sake. And for thy Israel's sake, holy Israel's sake. Yaqub became Israel. His name was changed. So do it for our forefathers, our patriarchs, to whom thou hast spoken and promised that thou wouldest multiply their seed as the stars of heaven, and as the sand that lieth upon the seashore. For we, O Yahuwah, are become less than any nation, and be kept under this day in all the world because of our sins. Neither is there at this time prince or prophet or leader or burnt offering or sacrifice or oblation or incense or place to sacrifice before thee and to find mercy. We're in the hands of our enemy, in the land of our enemy. We don't have all what we regularly would have. We in America, we don't have all that we're supposed to have. We're not in Jerusalem. We're not in our homeland. But anyway, I'm off topic. Let me get back. Nevertheless, in a contrite heart and a humble spirit, let us be accepted. Nevertheless, in a contrite heart and a humble spirit, humble ruach, let us be accepted. Say it one more time. Nevertheless, in a contrite heart and a humble ruach spirit, let us be accepted. Like as in the burnt offerings of rams and bullocks, and like as in 10,000 of fat lambs, so let our sacrifice be in thy sight this day, and grant that we may wholly go after thee. For they shall not be confounded that put their trust in thee. And now we follow thee with all our heart. We fear thee and seek thy face. Put us not to shame, but deal with us after thy loving kindness and according to the multitude of thy mercies. Deliver us, save us, also according to thy marvelous works, and give glory to thy name, O Yahuwah. And let all them that do thy servants hurt be ashamed, and let them be confounded in all their power and might, and let their strength be broken. And let them know that thou art Yahuwah, the only mighty one, the only deity, the only true master. Come on, he the true king, the only mighty one, and glorious over the whole world. So the furnace is heated, and the angels enter it. And the king's servants that put them in ceased not to make the oven hot with rosin, pitch, tow, and small wood, so that the flame steamed forth above the furnace 49 cubits, and it passed through and burnt those Chaldeans it found about the furnace. So those that was putting stuff, trying to make the flame hotter, they burnt up. They burnt up. But the angel of Yahuwah came down into the oven together with Azariah, and his fellows, those three Hebrew boys, three Hebrew men. Come on. You got Hananiah, you got Mishael, and you got Azariah. Not no Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. That's what the Babylonians called it, the Chaldeans called them. But no, these Hebrew men, together with Azariah and his fellows, and smote the flame of the fire out of the oven, and made the midst of the furnace as it had been a moist, whistling wind, so that the fire touched them not at all, neither hurt nor troubled them. Remember, those men that was around it, they burned up. But these three Hebrew men, no. The three men in the furnace praised Yahuwah. They praised Elohim. Then the three, as out of one mouth, praised, glorified, and showed favor Elohim in the furnace, saying, Favored art thou, O Yahuwah, Elohim of our fathers, and to be praised and exalted above all forever. For the moment, for today, for tomorrow, no, forever. And favored is thy glorious and holy name, and to be praised and exalted above all forever. Favored art thou in the temple of thine holy glory. Kadosh. Come on. Holy glory. And to be praised and glorified above all forever. Favored art thou that beholdest the depths and sittest upon the cherubim, and to be praised and exalted above all forever. Favored art thou on the glorious throne of thy kingdom. Yahuwah is on the throne. Yahusha on the right side, but Yahuwah is on the throne forever. Favored art thou the glorious throne of thy kingdom, and to be praised and glorified above all forever. Favored art thou in the firmament of heaven, the Shamayim, and above all to be praised and glorified forever. O ye works of Yahuwah, favored ye Yahuwah, praise and exalt him above all forever. Above all, he's even above Yahusha forever. Come on. O ye heavens, favored be Yahuwah, praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye angels of Yahuwah, favored ye Yahuwah, ye Yahuwah, praise and exalt him above all forever. O all ye waters that be above the heaven, favored ye be, ye the Yahuwah, praise and exalt him above all forever. All ye powers of Yahuwah, favored ye Yahuwah, praise and exalt him above all forever. See all that forever, forever, forever. He ain't gonna repeat itself for no reason. Come on. O ye sun and moon, favored ye Yahuwah, praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye stars of heaven, favored ye Yahuwah, praise and exalt him above all forever. O every shower and dew, favored ye Yahuwah, praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye winds, favored ye Yahuwah, praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye fire and heat, favor ye Yahuwah, praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye winter and summer, favor ye Yahuwah, praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye dews and storms of snow, favor ye Yahuwah, praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye nights and days, favor ye Yahuwah, praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye light and darkness of the day, favor ye Yahuwah, praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye ice and cold, favor ye Yahuwah, praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye frost and snow, favor ye Yahuwah, praise and exalt him above all forever. O you lightnings and clouds, favor ye Yahuwah, praise and exalt him above all forever. Oh, let the earth favor Yahuwah, praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye mountains and little hills, favor ye Yahuwah, praise and exalt him above all forever. Man, this keeps going and going. O ye things that grow on the earth, favor ye Yahuwah, praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye fountains, favor ye Yahuwah, praise and exalt him forever. O you seas and rivers, favor ye Yahuwah, praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye whales and all that move in the waters, favor ye Yahuwah, praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye fowls, all you birds of the air, favor ye Yahuwah, praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye all beasts and cattle, favor ye Yahuwah, praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye children of men, mankind, favor ye Yahuwah, praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye Israel, O you Yahudim, favor ye Yahuwah, praise and exalt him above all forever. O you priests, come on, the kahunas, the Conan. Come on, all you priests of of Yahuwah. Favor be Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. O you servants of Yahuwah, the sojourners, bless or favor ye Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye spirits, all you ruachs and souls of the righteous, favor you Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye holy and humble men of heart, favor ye Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. O Hananiah, Azariah, and Mishael, favor ye Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. For he hath delivered us from hell, and saved us from the hand of death, and delivered us out of the midst of the furnace and burning flame. Even out of the midst of the fire hath he delivered us. O give thanks to you unto Yahuwah, because he is gracious, for his mercy endureth forever. O ye that worship Yahuwah, favor the Elohim of Elohims. Praise him and give him thanks, for his mercy endureth forever. So let me go back to Daniel 3 and finish that off. I stopped there at the so then men were bound in their coats. And so now I'm going to go back to verse 22. And it says, thereupon, because the sovereign's orders were urgent and the furnace exceedingly hot, the flame of fire killed those men who took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, or Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. And these three men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down bound into the midst of the burning furnace of fire. So we went to the prayer. All of that happened, as they end here. But I'm going to finish reading this up. Then the sovereign Nebuchadnezzar was amazed and stood up in haste and spoke and said to his counselors, did we not throw three Hebrew men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said to the sovereign, certainly, O sovereign. He answered and said, look, I see four men loose. Remember that messenger, that angel. I see four men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they are not hurt. And the form of the fourth is like the son of Elohim. Many will say that's Yahusha. Angel, Yahusha, it's a representative of Yah. Regardless, it's a representative of Yahuwah. We don't know clearly if it was Yahusha or angel. We don't know. But it was a representative. It was someone that was honoring the word of Yahuwah, that was obeying the word of Yahuwah, and was there to protect Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Then Nebuchadnezzar went near the mouth of the burning furnace of fire. He spoke and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servants of the Most High Eli. So now, remember, he was worried about his idol, but he's seeing them. Now he's servants of the Most High Eli. He's giving some admiration towards Yahuwah. Come out and come here. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came from the midst of the fire, and the viceroys, the nobles, and the governors, and the sovereign's counselors gathered together, seeing these men on whose body the fire had no power. And the hair of their head was not singed, nor were their garments changed, nor did the smell of fire come on them. Nebuchadnezzar responded and said, favored be the Eli. So he's giving some obeisances towards Yahuwah now. Remember, he was saying it, do it towards his idol. But now he's giving it toward, he said, favored be the Eli, the Elohim of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who sent his messenger and delivered his servants who trusted in him, and changed the sovereign's order and gave up their bodies, that they should not serve nor do obeisance to any Eli, any Elohim, except their own Eli. Therefore, I make a decree that whoever of any people, nation, and language who speaks any wrong against the Eli, the mighty one of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, his limb shall be taken, and his house made a dunghill, because there is no other Eli who is able to deliver like this. Not even my gold statue could do this. Not even my idol could do this. Yahuwah has did something that, it got me in awe. That's what this sovereign. Then the sovereign promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. They got promoted. They kept, he gave them ugly names, but in the province of Babel. And that's the end of that. So just spoke on the three Hebrew boys, Hebrew men. I don't know, we've been always taught them, call them boys, but they were men. Excuse me. They were men made in the image of Yah because they recognize who their sovereign is, who their Elohim is, and they stood for him. Will you stand for yours? That's the question. In these days and times, we've got so much going on, and we've always read this book, and so we expect that an antichrist or a person is going to come. Will you stand for your Elohim? Will you stand for Yahuwah? All right. Abiyah, thank you for allowing me to read your word. May some edification have come from this. May those who have questions pose them in my inbox, and maybe we can move forward in dialogue and reasoning and come to some way of iron sharpening iron. That friction that may occur from the discussion, may it in the end sharpen us both ways so that we may be that two-edged sword you use in this world to cut through the nonsense, that we may be able to do your will on earth as in the Shamayim and give you honor, glory, and praise and worship. Yada Yahuwah, Shankwil Yah, One Vision Ministry, Shankwilla Carter, Echad Chajan Sheriff. All right. Shalom.